Hi, welcome to today's talk. I'm currently reading a great book by Sinek on leadership, and it's the title is Leaders Eat Last, and he uses some examples from a lot of examples in business over the years, but also from the US Marines about being reliant on each other and servant leadership in the US Marines. I find it quite fascinating, and I just recently rewatched Jeremy Clarkson's story or documentary on the Victoria Cross, and especially the story of Major Robert Henry Kane, who won the VC, the Victoria Cross at Arnhem in 1944. The story is of servant leadership in extremis. It's just absolutely simply jaw-dropping, and I would suggest you watch it. There is a link below. Bit closer to home, my sister's father-in-law, Lord Charles Denman, was awarded the Military Cross, the MC, on the 5th of June 1942 during the Battle of Gazala in North Africa. A hand grenade hurled from a German armoured troop carrier wounded both Denman and a private soldier named Kent, I think he was his batman, in their slit trench. Kent was seriously, mortally wounded actually, but Denman responded by climbing on top of the armed vehicle, shooting its command on the two of its crew. He then gathered the remainder of his company, waited until dark, and led them, carrying the mortally injured Kent 12 miles across the desert by starlight until they found a British unit. What are the two in common? Well, they both put their own lives at risk to save others. Great examples of servant leadership, I would say. In her first televised Christmas broadcast in 1957, our late Queen Elizabeth said, and I quote, "In the old days, the monarch led his soldiers on the battlefield, and his leadership at all times was close and personal. Today things are very different. I cannot lead you into battle. I do not give you laws or administer justice, but I can do something else. I can give you my heart and my devotion to these old islands and to all the peoples of our brotherhood of nations." We have lost a monarch who dedicated her whole adult life to service, and she was the very embodiment of servant leadership. Rest in peace, ma'am, and thank you for everything. That concludes today's talk.